torch, we'd be looking at going with the 8-foot fixture over the pew areas, maybe with a 4-foot fixture. This is the 4-foot fixture down the aisleways, but this is what it's going to look like on the joist. It's a low profile fixture, and it won't look real bulky on the structural members.
Okay, yeah, that looks good.
Okay, let's
you said 8 foot. Take a look at the other one.
Yeah, we could do 8 foot on that.
8 foot, probably how many? Every 3 joists? That's a lot of light, especially when we're thinking 8 feet.
And the spacing is really up to you, because I'm not really the design guy for this.
Yeah.
I want you guys to be happy with the installation and happy with it. We could start off with a minimal number and then work up, and you'll know what at quantity what your fixture price will be. And that way we can add or delete what we don't need or what we might require.
Alright. Because these windows are going to help out a great deal over here, so we might.
But for services,
well, you want it to still be uniform, huh?
This one looks a lot.
That's a lot cleaner, yeah. It's a lot cleaner light.
And this is an RCA product. The people who used to make the TVs, they got into the lighting game. And this fixture is an RCA fixture.
Okay.
These an 8-footers as well, and 4-footers for the aisleways.
Okay.
I think every other joist will probably be good too.
Yeah.
Every other joist?
Every third one. Right there, skip one. Yeah.
So do we put an 8-footer right here on the at the altar with him speaking? Do we put a big bright one right here for him? An 8-footer right up in here.
Probably some track lighting or something. Exactly.
Track lights for him, like spotlighting.
And then for the choir, or if there's any other areas up here that need to be illuminated with special lighting, and that would really look good with the track lighting. We could
track lighting in the corner for the band area.
Okay.
And track lighting for the pew area.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then,
Okay. I just wish he was here so we can get a better
I like
understanding.
That one
That's a fresh little light, man. That's a clean little light. I like that.
Yeah, that's real sharp.
That looks modern and clean and fresh.
And it's not a blinding light, but it's a soft, and it's got a good throw on it.
Yeah.
You'll be able to look at the hymn books and look at the Bibles and be able to read without, struggling.
So on those, there is no change in them bulbs, is it?
Them the LEDs, right?
They just last.
Yeah, it's a long time. And by the time you're ready to replace these, you're probably looking for a remodel of this area. They say these LEDs last 10,000 hours, something ridiculous with how long they last. And the technology is only getting better and cheaper, So the light engines can be replaced, and these are fully serviceable with a name like RCA on the back of the product. That's a trusted name, and I'm sure they're backing their product and be able to service these with no issue.
Oh, focus, boy. Just want to get that.
Yes, sir. So, I hope that helps out. And like I said, we can make more trips over here. We can bring more lighting samples. If the pastor has any other ideas of things he might want to put in this space, or you guys, as far as the design team goes, let's bring it up. And I want to come over here as many times as it takes. Make you guys happy. We can make this happen, and it's going to look sharp. But obviously, at the end of the day, the pastor has to be happy with what the situation is. Lighting is an important part of this construction process.
Right.
But we want to make sure that we have the correct fixture, selected, because after we install it and take it out of the box, these guys aren't going to take them back. Like, oh, I don't like that. Let's go with another. They're going to be like, well, it's going to either be a restock or no, thank you. So I'd rather do our due diligence on the front end and make sure we got a good product selected. And I really like this one, but obviously it's not what I like. It's what the customer wants, and that's what we're striving for.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, this is a nice one. I
It was
like
very
that.
the light is spread out.
I like how that lens just
It's a wrap
wrap
around.
arounds, and
That one looked like
this one is
body shop.
a little bit kind of not for a church. So
And you check on the dimmers for these,
Yes.
if they can be.
they start taking those sprinklers out.
They did it.
That might will be what, I don't know.
Is that whole piece gone back there?
That's still back there.
They might have started pulling them out on. It might have been what halted the project now.
That might have been, they probably had it, I don't
And
know.
the other part about the dimming, I'm sure they have fixtures that have dimming capability. I don't see dimming or non-dimming, so this may be a dimming fixture, but it's a line voltage dimming on this because there's not additional leads for the dimmer controls.
Oh, okay.
Like a 10-volt DC.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but we don't want to get into something that's super complicated. We want something that's easy to use and fits the purpose of this space.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah,
Just
keep
stay
it
on.
simple.
Keep it simple, yeah.
yes, sir.
So no dimmer.
No dimmer, yeah.
If we do dimmers, we can do a slide dimmer.
Okay.
We won't go with full lighting control system because lighting control systems, I'm telling you, entry level on those things.
It's expensive. Yeah.
I'm thinking $7 to $10 grand.
Yeah.
You know, is what you're looking like at something that's, you know, for this space.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we could accomplish that with dimmers on the wall, and not have
Yeah.
to deal with electronics and
Yeah.
computer programming.
Bypass all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, immediate control, and you don't have to mess with all the programming.
Okay, fellas, we can just wait and see what we got, man, and hopefully we'll get together and gather up all four of us with the 8-footers, maybe a couple of 8-footers.
Yeah, and then I'll bring some zip ties. We'll strap them up there, put some extension cords up, and they'll be up hanging from
Yeah,
the ceiling.
so we'll see.
And then we can see how it goes.
And what about coming at night,
Let's do it.
6:30, so we'll already, you know, what we're up against?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So I'll get with the pastor and see if we can come over here one evening.
And just remember, Torrance, when you spray paint, when you do the dry fall or the painting of the ceiling black, it's going to soak up a lot.
Yeah, it's going to soak up a lot of
So
light
we-
because it's a dark color.
I think we need to stay with the 5,000 Kelvin light temperature that this fixture. You like the color of the light on this one, didn't you? Yeah, and this is a 5,000 Kelvin temperature.
Yeah.
Most of the, stuff you see in commercial buildings is either 3,500 Kelvin or 4,100 Kelvin, which is a more warmer or more yellow.
Yeah.
This is a more white.
White,
The higher the
right,
number
right,
goes
right.
up, the more white blue. The lower the number, the more like yellow.
Oh, okay.
They
Yeah,
call
but
the warm.
that black soaks up light anyway. Anyway, you darker colors gonna. But if it was white, you know.
Because if we're dimming, we could always go down. If we got a slide dimmer and these are dimmable, we could take it down.
Yeah.
But we want to be able to have that before we can light it all the way up. You know.
All right.